Our workplace, and particularly how we feel about it, can have a tremendous impact on how happy, productive, and healthy we feel, not only at work, but also in our daily lives. Most Australians are spending about 1/3 of their lives at work, and so it makes sense that the culture of our workplaces, physical environment, and wellness initiatives can significantly affect our physical and mental well-being. The Department of Health comments that workplaces everywhere are feeling the impact and daily cost of the current health of our workforce. Reduced productivity, high stress levels, poor job satisfaction, increased sickness, growing absenteeism, high staff turnover, and mistakes caused by physical and mental fatigue. Research done by Beyond Blue has found that organisations can expect on average a positive return on investment of 2.3 through the successful implementation of a corporate wellness program. As the public demand for wellness and work-life balance increases, Deloitte comment that all employees are demanding that organisations offer a wide range of programs for physical, mental, financial and spiritual health. In response, employers are investing in well-being programs as both a societal responsibility and a talent strategy, as well as improving their return on investment. Organisations are heeding the call, with over 84% of organisations rating wellness as very important, but with only 49% readiness. The current demand curve looks like this, as the law of demand states that there is an inverse relationship between price and the quantity demanded. The law of supply states that there is a positive relationship between price and quantity supplied. Putting these two curves together gives us our current economic state. The intersection of these two curves gives us our equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity. Given that there is a lag between the current demand and the perceived readiness of the market, we can assume that there would be an increase in demand first, with an increase in supply to follow. There is an increased awareness and requirement for corporate wellness programs in the workplace. Deloitte shows that across most developed nations, over 80% consider corporate wellness an important initiative. Therefore, we will see an increased demand across the market for these programs. Previously, the idea of a corporate wellness program was exclusively the domain of big corporate business. However, research is indicating that corporate wellness programs are actually more effective and have a higher rate of impact on small to medium-sized businesses due to the essential nature of employee participation and engagement. Therefore, we would also expect a greater number of businesses of various demographics wanting to obtain a corporate wellness program for their business. So whilst these programs have previously been considered an unnecessary cost to the business, solid research and anecdotal evidence is demonstrating a strong return on investment, which not only makes it a viable option, but also an efficient option as well. Therefore, we can see an increase in demand within the market, indicated by the demand curve shifting to the right. It can be reasonably expected that during this initial growth phase, that these corporate wellness programs may be difficult to produce, supply, and implement due to the relatively new nature of the sector. We would expect that in the next 1 to 5 years that the cost to manufacture these products would reduce with an increase of resources in the market, such as research, customised programs, and surveys. As this is a growth industry, we would also expect to see an influx of additional sellers into the market. Inevitably, if a market is profitable, you will see the increased number of players entering the market. This should also push down the price over the medium term. Therefore, we can see an increase in supply within the market, indicated by the supply curve shifting to the right. Putting these two together, we would expect in the next 1 to 5 years for demand to increase, as in fact it is already growing. This would be closely followed by an increase in supply, as the cost to produce the corporate wellness programs decreases and the number of sellers in the market increases. Whether the price will increase is uncertain, but we will definitely see an increase in quantity of the corporate wellness programs produced and implemented over the next 1 to 5 years. Will we continue to see this increase over the next 5 to 10 years? That is less certain due to several important risks and unknown effects. Firstly, it is unknown what the impact of further developments in technology will have on the provision of corporate wellness programs. It is entirely plausible that an increase in tech applications, software and programs could have a complementary effect on corporate wellness programs in that they will be utilised by the program. Alternatively, the technological development could have a substitutionary effect on the corporate wellness programs, where individual apps or digital programs are implemented instead of purchasing a corporate wellness program. So whether technological developments have a complementary or substitutionary effect on the demand for corporate wellness programs depends on the actual future developments. Another future risk is that the programs which will be developed may not prove effective. There are so many subjective factors which allow the impact for these programs that it is highly plausible that many companies may not find that they are effective or that they produce the return on investment as hoped. Therefore, if enough experience of the implementation of corporate wellness programs is negative, it will quite likely create a reduction in demand in the market. A reduction of demand will then result in a surplus in the market, which will inevitably lead to a reduction of supply. Alternatively, if companies see a positive return on investment and increase in employee engagement and satisfaction, that it is likely to drive up demand as additional companies also engage in the market. It could also create the situation where these programs are considered an essential part of employee conditions, so that this good becomes a normal good. Therefore, in conclusion, it would appear that the market of corporate wellness programs is a worthwhile industry to join or invest in, as it will have short-term growth. It would also be wise to monitor the ongoing engagement and efficacy of these programs to evaluate whether that growth is likely to continue or result in a downturn. In a generation which is embracing well-being and sustainability, we can see that corporate wellness programs not only make economic sense, but also enhance the sustainable workforce in reducing injuries, promoting productivity, as well as personal well-being.